Greetings, badasses. How are things in your world today? My world today is recharged. That's the word of my day. I'm going to be listening to Morning Groove C. FYI, I'm on the Spotify, BFN Yoga. That's my profile name. TheEFFing Yoga. Mostly because they don't let you swear. Go figure. You can spew hate. You can be anti-humanity. You can be fucking racist, piece of shit fascist. But, if you swear online. Sorry. I didn't mean to go there. I'm feeling pretty fucking good. Today, right? All of this is about self-care, and I am committed. If you have HBO Max, I'm going to plug something. It's called Number One on the Call Sheet, and it's a documentary series about actors and directors who have worked their way up through the system and are number one on the call sheet. If you don't know anything about entertainment or how movies are, production, there's a call sheet, and depending on where you what role you have, I don't know why I did that, air quotes. You're either, you're the top billing. Like if you're Harrison Ford, you're number one on the call sheet, right? Anyway, it's all about BIPOC, people of color, marginalized marginalized populations. I don't know if that's what I want to say. Anyway, I realized something is I'm a fucking whiny bitch. I'm kind of lazy. I'm not lazy in my life. I'm not lazy with the people around me, but I am kind of fucking lazy. I'm not a big marketer. I don't want to slam people down the throat because I don't like that, right? I am fundamentally an introvert, and I know it doesn't seem like it, but I am. And Marlon Wayans said something which resonated with me, and I think it needs to resonate with all of us, particularly now in our lives, in America. I'm going to start calling it Drumpland because it's no longer America. If you were living in Drumpland, he said this, and it can be applied to anything. If you're not moving forward and taking the next step or taking some action toward your goal, toward your dream, you're sitting back and just complaining that things aren't happening, you're never going to be a success. You're never going to get there. And I have been trying to balance, my rage and feeling impotent and feeling ineffective with my sanity. And how I'm effective is right here on this mat, right? On this channel. And I have been slack. I will say it. I have allowed myself to wallow, and I am no longer going to wallow. I mean, there might be days where I'm down, but and maybe it's just the sunshine talking. Maybe I have just sat. I mean, today is a beautiful day. Today is the day that I could be. That is a good day, right? The wind's not blowing. The sun is shining. It's springtime. It's feeling moist. I'm going to go move some bricks. Yesterday was not a great day. I spent 2 hours moving a ton of bricks, literal ton of bricks in the wind and the rain so that I could get here. But that's okay. That is a move forward. That was a step forward towards my goal. Maybe that's not relevant to anybody else, but that's what I'm doing it. Also, P.S. No more fuck politeness. I have been putting up with some shit under the umbrella of, it's the internet and it's not personal and I don't know this person and, I'm just going to blow it off because I'm going to be a professional and I'm keeping things neutral. But you know what? I don't keep things neutral. And why am I putting up with that bullshit? So I've made a decision and I've taken some action. And if you can't get your shit together, you're not going to be on my channel anymore. So there. Let's do some fucking yoga. Today is Morning Groove. And I hope that my energy is transmitting through the ether so that you guys can, wow, that was really aggressive. I don't care. Because I also do believe that some days are better than others. Today is a really good day for me, obviously. I'm on fire. I'm feeling it. And it's okay to take those moments to rest and recharge. That's what we're here to do. But it's so, it's a balancing act. Wow. I just rolled back everything I just said, but that's all right. That's the nature of life. Let's do some fucking yoga. Seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Legs extended is staff pose. This is pretty accessible for most people. I've got the edge of my tushy, those sit bones, right on the edge of a blanket. That helps rotate my pelvic cradle so that I'm not feeling, overly curved. I will say this, we got a new truck, not a new truck, new to us, a work truck for the farm. And I have named it Bruiser. And Bruiser is amazing. I went and got a ton of bricks in Bruiser. The problem with Bruiser is, number one, the seat was not designed for a woman, which fucking pisses me off. And it wasn't designed for a short woman either. I'm also short of waist. So I feel like a 90-year-old grandma in the Cadillac that George Carlin used to talk about. You remember? Lincoln Continental. But the seat is also curved, so you're automatically slouching. Why do they do that? It's terrible. Anyway, so I'm feeling my low back. So if you're feeling your low back, this is where I was going with it. I'm going to stay on focus today, I promise. Tuck a pillow or a bolster behind your knees. That'll take some of that tension off of your hamstrings and hopefully relieve any tension you're feeling in your low back. If that doesn't work, one leg out, one leg in, modified Z-sit. I like this one. You're going to be feeling this adductor stretch. You might be feeling some hip flexor stretching. If your knee is high, way off the mat, grab a blanket, grab a pillow, toss it underneath that leg so that you can rest and relax into that position. You will slowly start to build, start to increase, that's what I want to say, flexibility in those muscles and in those ligaments in that area where you're tight. Or, you can sit in pleasant seated pose with me. Same rules apply. If your knees are way up here and you're leaning back and you're making a face that means might inspire you to get some Botox, grab a couple of supports, a block, a bolster, a blanket, tuck it under those knees. And we're going to pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal and take a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. Notice what's playing on your physicality. So I moved a ton of bricks yesterday and I'm feeling, it was a lot of this. I used the tractor, so I wasn't just doing it all, but I was lifting bricks off of a pallet and moving it into the tractor. And I think we're going to do this in calisthenics this week. I'm going to use the kettlebells. We're going to lift and twist. I call it the grocery lift and twist. But it worked for bricks. I'm just feeling my low back and my core because, bricks are heavy. Cinder blocks, I should say, not little bricks. Cinder blocks. So that's what I'm feeling. What are you feeling? What'd you do this weekend? Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. Check in. Obviously, I am bouncing around. I'm all over the map. I slept. Woohoo! I sipped my coffee in the sunshine. Woohoo! And I'm here on the mat. If you are like me and your to-do list is starting to crowd up against the starting line, slide all of those things off to the side. We want to hold some silence for ourselves so that we can connect our thinking, our minds, and the silence of our mind to the breath and to the movement that we're going to be doing on the mat. Moving meditation. This is how it works for me. The tractor for me is moving meditation. The cinder blocks is moving meditation. It might be more satisfying if I could slam one onto someone's head, but you know what? Murder is bad. Yoga is good. Move that silence into the awareness of our breath. Traditionally, in yoga, we breathe into and out of the nose. If you're struggling with that, go ahead and breathe however it works for you. And we're going to slowly increase the length and balance of this breath. But remember, it's morning yoga. This is the one time of day, or the one flow, that I can sincerely say it's morning. Give yourself a minute. And we're just going to make it a little bit longer and a little bit deeper than how we're normally breathing. Wherever you are at, with that inhale and exhale, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs, or the fingertips are resting on the mat. And we're going to sweep arms up to the ceiling. Nice big inhale and exhale. Lateral extension. Here we go. Taking it over. Yes, we always do this one because you know what? Oh. We're always tight around the... Come on. Feels so fucking good. All right, so remember, we're not collapsing our waist, or we're not collapsing our body over the waist. We're lengthening the torso up towards the ceiling, and we're taking that lean to stretch through the side of the lateral sides of the body. That's a terrible sentence. Sorry, I'm getting, my brain kind of went mushy. Nice big inhale up, tracing fingertips down. We're going to take our fold, tuck the chin, roll the shoulders, rest the body weight on the forearms. Knees, calves, ankle block, or floor. Wiggle the toes, relax the feet, unclench the teeth. Let's walk our hands back, unwinding the spine, nice big stretch up, and releasing hands down behind the hips, bowing the chin forward. A little shimmy of the shoulders. Whew, I'm feeling my left shoulder. I'm a side sleeper, and so that one's always tight. Get some radial nerve compression there. If you're, oh, I got to stop right here. Oh, those are delts. Oh, man. And one more time in both directions. I'm also feeling my neck on this side here. Right there. And over. Bowing the chin forward. Let's trace the fingertips around the front of the body and slowly stack cervical spine. If you're sitting in staff pose, stay right there. If you are in one of the other positions, let's change the cross the legs. Nice big inhale up. Let's just exhale. Let's just cactus arm and C curve, because right there, and exhaling right there. let's talk breathing. So inhaling, I'm extending the body, big stretch through the torso. I'm going to continue that in, right, holding that breath here, and then exhale into the C curve. So inhaling and inhaling and inhaling, keeping that. Now I'm holding that breath just for a beat, and then exhaling into the C curve. Inhaling up to come down, forward folding chair. No, not forward folding chair. We're already sitting, seated. Wow. Tuck the chin. I am bouncing all over the walls. This is a weird euphoria. I don't know what's happening. Vitamin D surge is all I can say. Wiggle the toes. Relax the feet. Unclench the teeth. Walking the hands back. Nice big reach. Up to the ceiling. We're going to release hands down to the hips, bowing the chin. Tilt the ear over to one side. Bowing the chin, tilting. Oh, I'm going to hold right there. And one more time in both directions. Releasing the chin forward, trace the fingertips around the front of the body and slowly stack cervical spine. We're going to move to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. We're going to be working some, you know what, I'm going to go, I think I have a place in my mind, but I don't want any spoilers because we might not go there. What am I doing? Patting my knees with a blanket. Sleep is an amazing thing. If you're not sleeping, man, I highly recommend figuring out how to get some sleep. I have been struggling, so I love me a gummy. 1/4 of a gummy works really good for me. It's a Wana is the brand that I prefer, and it's called. That's not true. I do a half. So the Wana Stay Asleep, I do 1/4 of that. And the Wana Fast Asleep, I do 1/4 of that. And the Fast Asleep, right, puts me out. And then the other one keeps me asleep. But we're going to Scotland in September. 2 hands, fist width, side by side. I'm going to do some yoga from Scotland, people. Woohoo! Anyway, I can't take my gummies with me to Scotland, which I'm really pissed off about. I know, first world problems. Actually, Drunkland isn't a first world anymore, is it? Anyway, I've been trying to tweak my sleep routine with non-cannabis products. And it's been hit or miss. And I think last night I figured it out. All right. Tabletop. Heels of the hands come from underneath the shoulder out a full palm's length, right? I want to be a little bit behind those wrists. Soften the elbows. Shrug in the shoulders. Slight engagement of the core. Let's Chakrasana bow it. Inhaling at center. Tuck the chin. Take the forearms down. Little scoop of the belly and draw back into the hips. Oh. Inhaling to flat back. There's no sway. There's no fancy. I don't know how to describe it. I'll show you what I think people do. Wiggle the fingers this time. Make a fist thumb in. Make a fist thumb out. Inhaling forward. Exhaling. Tuck the chin. Take the forearms down. Little scoop of the belly and draw back. Oh, I've got some subscapular tightness and some teres minor. Those are these muscles. that help support under the shoulder blade and the arm. Turn thumbs up. Oh, turn palms out. Turn palms in. And inhaling. What the fuck, lean? Oh, man. Transverse abdominis. That just sent a cramp into my foot. Ow. Ooh, cramp. Cramp in my toe. Cramp in my toe. And lean. And one more time. Inhaling at center. Let's go ahead and move into Chakra Vakasana. Bow. Tucking the chin, taking the forearms down. Little scoop of the belly and drop back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean? Angry cat tuck. Tuck the toes. Flatten the toes. Flatten the back. Chakra Vakasana bow. Tuck the chin. Take the forearms down. Scoop the belly. Drop back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. I got to put a Band-Aid on. I've got to... Fuck. All right. Inhaling. What the fuck, lean? I have a wart. I know it's weird, right? It just appeared in August. Couldn't find a dermatologist to diagnose it. Whew. Angry cat tuck. Found an amazing dermatologist recently. Tuck the toes. Take the forearms down, roll up into the feet, and just hold here. And anyway, they froze it. Ow. Now it's really sore today. I should have put a Band-Aid on it because I keep bonking it. Taking the knees down, flatten the toes. Come back into child's pose. Inhaling up. What the fuck, lean? You can change the angle of the body in these what the fuck leans to find that space where you're going to get the most stretch. So I'm leaning back a little bit. Oh, another cramp in my toe. Angry cat tuck. When you get cramps in your feet, it's because you're releasing tension up the chain and it's translating into nerve reaction. Angry. What am I doing? Angry cat tuck. Tucking the toes. My hands are sweating all over this fucking mat. I don't know what's going on. Slipping and sliding today. All right. Oh, tucking the toes, taking the forearms down, rolling up into the calf stretch. I'm also feeling this right up my plantar fascial structure. That's the, if you've ever had plantar fasciitis, right up the center of your foot. Woo! It is painful. We're going to come up one arm at a time to the hands, and then let's walk forward for our first forward fold. I'm going to grab the block. Soften the knees. We're just, Easing into some energy, easing into some hamstring stretch. Elbows to knees. Let's come on up. Big stretch to the ceiling. Cactus squeeze back. And lateral extension. Add it over. Oh. Try to keep your hips static. So try not to sway those hips on out. Soften the knees. Inhaling, let's go forward folding chair. So we're tracing fingertips down. I'm going to sit back into the heels and let the body hang over the tops of the legs. This is one of the few times you can go ragdolly because we're resting our body weight on the thighs. Come forward to the block and then take your little forward fold. Elbows to knees, stretching on up. Woo! Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Inhaling up and forward folding chair. Let's take it on through. We're going to go half lift, tracing fingers on up, engaging the core here, soft in the knees, long in the spine. Keep the cervical spine in alignment. So pick a spot out in front of you to look at rather than this, which is compression of your cervical spine. You can tuck your chin a little bit if that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Coming on down to the block and forward fold. It's the crunching of the cervical spine that we want to avoid. Take a sway around and sway around. Just a little bonus move right there. Oh, feeling that right here. Elbows to knees. Trace it on up. Cactus squeeze. Lift and spread the toes as far apart as you can. Lengthen over for lateral extension. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling up. Let's take forward folding chair. Half lift. Coming on down to the block. I'm going to take a sway around. I'm going to take a sway around. Holy Toledo. All right. Supporting yourself on the block, I want you to lift left leg up. We're just going to lift and extend. Warming up core. So try to be as light on the block as possible. Bring it down and let's go right leg. I'm using this to warm up the core, the transverse abdominis, the obliques, right? The lateral, internal, and external obliques. Take it down and forward fold. Warm up a little, stretch a little, warm up a little, stretch a little. That's the beauty of yoga. Take the elbows to the knees and stretch up. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Inhaling up to come down, forward folding chair. Excuse me, half lift. Coming on down to the block. Take that sway around. Holy cow, right here. Feeling that right there. switch this way. All right, we're going to lift that leg, left leg, stretch it up. Woo, did you hear my ankle pop? That's a ligament or some sort of fascia popping into place. Let's step back. And I want to widen up. And we're going to come up for a nice light energy crescent lunge. So keep that knee soft. The lunge is this. I'm in the front heel. I want your body to be in alignment. I don't want any of this bullshit. I want you to be in alignment. Engage the core. Ankle, knee, hip, rib, shoulder. That's the alignment right there. We're going to take ourselves down. So touch the mat, step the left foot forward, and now step it to the front of the mat. See where I'm at? Soften the knees and take a fold here. Whoo! Say hello to that left hamstring. Right up the back of the leg. Come up with the body. Step back into neutral stance. Samastiti. Samastiti? Yeah. And then forward fold. Elbows to knees. Stretch it on up. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. So I'm feeling that tightness in my low back. It's that hamstring. And probably the hip too. Forward folding chair. So your low back is never just your low back, right? Trace it on up for half lift. It's really not half lift. I don't know why they call it that. But come on down to the block. Big sway, 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 sway. Oh, yeah. And sway. Oh, right leg's going to lift. We're holding here because we want to warm up the muscles. And now step carefully back and out for this low energy lunge. Same thing. Look, soft in the knee, square in the hips, body's in alignment. There was a little sway in my back. I'm going to straighten that out. All right, we're going to step forward, right? So touch the mat and step forward. I'm coming my hands to the block. And now I'm going to place my toes to the edge of the mat. So I guess, I don't know how I want to say the placement of the feet. And then take your fold. And my left side is so much tighter than my right. If you're right-handed, that's often the case because your left side braces for the right. All right, I'm stepping back into Samastiti, neutral spine to take my forward fold. Elbows to knees. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. Come on up. I'm feeling my extra 20 pounds right here. I'm keeping my extra 20 pounds. It's actually, is it 20? It's probably, I'm going to say 20. Because I might be carrying it around here, but I don't have any wrinkles. Nice big inhale. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Oh. Inhaling up. And lateral extension. All right. Forward folding chair. Eat a piece of chocolate cake. Cheaper than Botox. Tracing fingers up the legs. Engage the core. Whew. Hey, you know what? I'm not judging. If I could afford, let's change my, let me see. I'm going to rephrase ownership. I don't want to spend money on Botox. If you have that disposable income and that's where you want to spend it, feel free. Coming on down to the block. I have done that in the past, but now I have a farm and $300, $500. I'd rather spend that on dirt, frankly, or logs, or gravel. Oh, it's crazy where your priorities change, how your priorities shift. Left leg, lengthen it up. And step back. I need to get a chicken coop. All right, I'm going to step all the way forward. So I'm going to engage the core. We've warmed up, right? I'm going to engage the core and step forward with the foot to the edge of the mat. That was a little heavy. Did you hear me thump it? Next time I would like to be more in control of that movement. But I'm coming down for my fold. All right, now we're going to step that foot back again. So I'm going to come to the mat. I'm coming to my knuckles. And I'm going to step back again to take my knee to the mat. Worm that right foot forward for the Ekapada Ustrasana. Hip flexor stretch. So we're working that hamstring, and now I'm going to work the front of that leg, hip flexors. So now heel toe that right foot around. Tuck the toes. Roll it up. Let's step in and take some calf stretching. So soften the elbows. My hands are well out in front of my shoulders. A little downward facing dog here. And let's walk up to our forward fold. Elbows to knees. Gotta keep cactus squeeze. And lateral extension. Come on out. Over. Inhaling up. And take it over. Forward folding chair. Sit back into those heels. Coming forward to the block. We're going to sway. Oh, big release and getting some nice, lovely release out of that low back now, hopefully for you too. Lean. All right, right leg is going to lengthen up. Stepping back for our lunge, backing out. Still keeping it low energy. I really want you to be concentrating on the alignment of the body to the leg rather than throwing the arms up into that mix. Little scoop of the belly. I got to take the sway out of my low back. Relax my shoulders. All right, now we're going to engage the core, and I'm going to step this back foot forward, but I'm going to try and not thump it. So pulling it up and placing it. Ooh, so much better, right? And now I'm taking my fold. My feet are staggered. That's the word I was thinking about. Staggering the position of the feet. Taking the hands to the mat, I'm going to step all the way back to take my knee down to the mat. I'm going to worm my left foot forward. Now press those hips forward and take that stretch in the hip flexors. Now, sorry, I didn't mean to shout that. You control the strength of the stretch. If you're going to put all of your weight forward, you're getting a strong stretch. If you come off a little bit, you're going to lighten that stretch. I want you to listen to your body. There's no point in overstretching. We want to take it in little chunks. And now we're heel-toeing that foot out and around. Planting the hands to roll up into the feet. Tucking the toes. Step it in. And take your calf stretching. Long and flat in the body. Tuck the tailbone slightly. None of this bullshit. Shrug those shoulders. Look forward, walk it up, and take our forward fold. Elbows to the mat. Stretch on up. Nice big inhale up. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. We're going to do one more repetition in both sides, left to right. We're adding a Hanuman stretch. And then we'll go down and take some frog stretch. Inhaling up. Oh, shit. Forward folding chair. I've got a puppy barking. One of our puppies has some intestinal tummy issues. Half lift. These are the things that interrupt our flow. Coming down to the block. Big sway. And big sway. Coming back to center, left leg's going to lift. Wonder if my husband's going to help me out here. Take it to crescent lunge. Ooh. All right, if you want to really amp up the energy, you can take this reach, but keep the body intact, like in alignment. None of this bullshit, right? Keep it out here. Bring those hands back. We're going to step forward. In control, right? Control the movement. Scoop the belly. Here we go. Lifting and placing it down. Look at that. And then into our forward fold. We've got a staggered position here. Yes, I hear you, baby. All right. Stepping back to our Ekapada Ustrasana, single-legged camel variation. This is the only camel pose I do. The other one will fuck you up in a heartbeat. No life skill, no physical benefit to camel. There are lots of other ways to stretch your core. Lengthen the leg and take our Hanuman bow. Without putting body weight and collapsing and compressing spine. 38 years I've been doing yoga. I have had 3 different instructors, including a Pilates instructor, heel toe that out. Now we're going to frog it. So I'm going to move this block, widen the knees, touch the toes, and press into the hips. Big adductor stretch. Yes, yes, yes. 3 yoga instructors and a Pilates instructor try to convince me that I could fucking do camel. And the bottom line is there's no earthly reason. It's an ego pose, in my opinion. There are lots of other ways to stretch your front body. Cobra, wheel. I don't even do wheel anymore, really. I haven't in a while. That's also an ego pose. I'd rather just lay on the ball and do it. All right, bring those knees in. I want you to go ahead and take your downward facing dog and then step forward into forward fold. Grab a drink. I have to go let a puppy out. She's losing her damn mind. I'll be back. Okay, here we go. Sorry, big inhale up. Cactus squeeze. Ooh. Lateral extension. Lateral extension. Inhaling up to come down, forward folding chair. Half lift. Coming down to the block. Lean. And lean. Lengthen the leg. Right leg this time. We're going to step back for a crescent lunge. And if you want to add that arm, that's fine. None of this crap. Keep it in alignment with the back leg. Ooh, feeling my ankle. All right, we're going to step forward. I want to do it in control. Engage the core. Lift and place. Look at that. Yowza. And stretch. All right, I'm going to step that right foot all the way back to take the knee to the mat for Ekapada. Scooch that left foot forward and lengthen. Woo! Hip flexor, hip flexor, hip flexor. Maybe a little quad, depends. And lengthen back for our Hanuman bow. All right, heel toeing out. We're going to take our frog pose. So nice wide placement of the knees. This is why I have my blanket here, because you're clearly off the mat. If you want to change positions to keep your knees on the mat, feel free, because I don't like to dig it's not comfortable. The pressure on the knees of a floor, the wooden floor. I'm going to lean back now. So I'm moving my hands forward and I'm pressing back into the heels. I want to strengthen, increase the stretch in the adductors. And yes, that's the correct. You could take a little rock side to side. You'll know better, right? You'll feel where you're going to get the stretch, the most benefit. I speak to my women out there. Ooh. Typically tight in the hips. We are very lower body muscle heavy. I will say this. You know what? I want to start changing. Let's change the language. If you were born with a womb, as opposed to testicles, we tend to be heavier of muscle structure in the lower body. It's just, it's Mechanics. That's what I'm going to say. Mechanics. All right, let's move the body forward. I like that. I think that's working for me. We'll see. It's just mechanics, right? Okay, we're going to move to our backs and pull. We're going to start our cool down. Ay, ay, ay. Bringing the knees up, give them a squeeze. Oh, man. I'm going to have to get the Theragun out for this shoulder. Whew. Bring the knees up and in. Take a little rock side to side. Calisthenics. We're going to call it the grocery lift, but this week it's about bricks. Cinder blocks. Oh, feeling that, feeling that, feeling that. Oh. Hands to the insides of the knees, press on out, rock and roll the ankles, wiggle the toes, point and flex the feet. Woo! Bring the knees up and in. All right, let's take some windshield wiper sweeps. Line the feet up with the edge of the mat and take a tilt over to the other side. Inhaling up and exhaling. Oh, feeling quad. Yeah, there was some serious bracing. I should have shifted directionality. I was only working from right to left yesterday. I should have switched up and gone left to right. Like one load, I could move, let's see, 9. I could move 12 bricks at a time because I was using the tractor and the bucket. And the bucket, I don't have a big enough tractor. That's not a secret. Oh. So I was moving them from the pallet in the back of the truck to the bucket. Tilt those knees in, take a little sway side to side. Anyway, I should have switched every dozen. I should have changed the direction I was twisting. I didn't. Duly noted. Note to self. All right. Press the soles of the feet together. Let the knees hang towards the floor. All right. I want you to take your hands to your hips or to the upper thigh. I want you to stretch the spine. So worm the shoulder up and away. I want you to feel a little bit longer in the torso, kind of overextended, and press down on the legs. All right. Bring those knees on up. Fingertips over the tops of the legs. Inhaling here. Exhaling, drawing the knees up and in. Apanasana. All right, check in body temperature. How are you feeling? Where are you at? Add a layer, add your socks, grab a blanket. I want you to think about how you're going to take final relaxation. Now, the whole intention behind the flow in Morning Groove is to get our energy up, right? If you want to take a full Shavasana, legs extended, arms at your sides, palms up, that is absolutely your call. It's going to take your energy way down, right? Maybe you need it. I don't know. I don't know how you all are dealing with the stress and anxiety of the fall of American democracy and society, but maybe you need it. Maybe you need a little extra ooey gooey. That's okay. If you're in this position and you want to tuck a pillow behind your knees, we did do a bunch of hip and low back work. We did some piriformis, we did glutes, we did hamstrings and adductors. So you might be feeling it, right? You might want to put a blanket or a pillow behind your knees. Otherwise, you can go feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to do a little tennis ball work. If you're gestating a human being freely and completely on your own autonomous decision making, and you have full access to your reproductive rights, lay on your side. I think it's your left side. I can't remember. My baby's 28, 27. One of those ages. Let's see, it's 25. I have to do math. It's 27. There was a gnat in here, sorry. Lay on whichever side you are allowed to lay on with a pillow or a bolster between your knees, or let that arm hang over the top of it and put a pillow to support your head. Pulling your attention, or you could take seated meditation. If Sharon were here still, I would, oh, Jesus Christ. That's my husband. I would call Cheryl and I would say, Cheryl's sitting up, sipping her coffee. That's perfectly fine too. Pulling your attention and awareness from the external back to the internal, taking a scan of the forehead. I want you to notice all of the tiny little muscles and nerve endings around the eyes and the cheeks. Release the jaw, unclench the teeth, and let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. Give me a little shake of the head. No. Little shimmy of the shoulders. Shake those arms out. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. And then let the upper body take rest toward the floor. Ooh, I really wanted to throw a ball at the window to scare him, since he gave me a heart attack as well. Pull your attention and awareness into the base of the neck, and then follow the spine down between the shoulder blades. Touch with your attention each of the ribs, and tilt down into the hips and the tailbone. And then release the energy out of the torso toward the floor. Pull that attention into the legs and notice the quads and the hamstrings. Flex the feet, roll the ankles. Notice that energy in the calves, and then relax the lower legs, or relax the lower body. Upper body, torso, lower body. Pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking and check in. If you have some things bouncing around trying to get your attention on your to-do list, I want you to just sweep them off to the side for a little bit. Let's focus our attention on the breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Pull some deeper breaths into the lungs. Big filling inhale, big sighing exhale. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Wherever you're at, let's all get on back onto our, roll back to our spines. That's a terrible sentence. It's all right. Lengthen those legs, reach those arms out and away into the T, and then give me that big Y shape. Stretching, yawning, re-energizing. Bring the knee up, give it a squeeze. Bring the other knee up, give it a squeeze. Take a little rock side to side. Roll from one hip, cross the low back to the other, side to side. All right, we're going to log roll all the way over and then peel your upper body off the mat and come back into comfortable seated position. Whatever that looks like for you, it might be very different for you than when we started out. That's all right. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your physical form, noticing how you feel at the end of practice. I fucking love you. Feels so goddamn good. Sorry. Listen, it's the first thing we quit. It's the first thing we give up. I'm as guilty as anybody. I let my day overwhelm me. I let my ideas, I let my anxiety, whatever happens, right, in the morning, or it washes over me and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to do it. I can skip it today. And you know what? It feels so good. Why? Why are we cheating ourselves? I don't know. Because we're conditioned to think that our well-being is selfish. And you know what? Our well-being is a gift. And no one is going to give it to us. We have to give it. We have to embrace it ourselves. Sorry, I don't mean to shout that. Pulling that attention and awareness into the breath. Notice that soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. And finally, let's move our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. What have you got going in your world? I don't know. But slowly prioritize what you're going to move on to next. I'm going to walk a dog, and then I'm going to go move some bricks. One dog. Let's release practice, blinking our eyes open. I'm going to stretch out to the side. Oh. Taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other, all the things it does for you. This body of ours does so much for us. Even when we're not doing very much, even when we're sick, especially when we're sick, right? We just don't give it its respect. So give it the respect, give it the love, embrace it. It's not combative. It's not a combat, right? It's a relationship. Grace and kindness, people. That's all I've got. That's all I can offer, man. Grace and kindness. Ciao. Where is my cursor? End.